Hi, my name is Randy Rivera, and today we're presenting the multiple issues Chinese sweatshops have. Chinese sweatshops violate three different human rights acts. In these sweatshops, they torture their workers and they hold their workers for more than maximum amount of hours given. Also, they give them little to no pay in their exchange for their labor. According to the International Labor Organization, they have estimated that in total 250 million children between the ages of 5 and 14 work in developing countries, 61% in Asia, China 32%, in Africa, and Latin America 7%. Women in China sweatshops are also being abused. The same as men and children, they all barely get paid 10 to 20 cents a day. Women are recently found sewing NBA jerseys for 14 cents, which sell for more than $140. In China alone, a staggering 11,000 factories broke human rights laws. Even with the companies with the highest worth pay the lowest for their workers in sweatshops. Apple, for example, pays near to $1 or lower for their phones, and from there they still underpay their workers. They profit so much but still give no money back. They actually leave their workers well off. All the children and all the children that are found are aged from 4 to 14 and are all paid equally, which is very little, and treated the same with abuse. At the ages at the age of 6 to 16, they start to work children up to 16 hours a day. To take in consideration, we only have 24 hours in a day, meaning that the kids have 8 hours to rest, eat, and have fun. In a normal day, children should have a day's rest up to 10 hours. That is not including a fundamental childhood and eating for the day. In total, 85% of China's poor live in rural areas. Extremely poverty causes them to go work in these sweatshops because they have no other work. There's approximately 150 million internal migrant workers, and a lot of those workers are kids. Think about this. If we were in China, we would be working in a China sweatshop, not at school getting an education. The average monthly salary is $166 a month. Most of the people that work at these sweatshops end up being sleep deprived, dying from infections, or getting kicked to the street for working too slow, and they end up dying of starvation. The people that own these sweatshops a lot of the times are big corporates such as Under Armour, Nike, Adidas, etc. Nike is one of the biggest companies that have actually tried to help this problem. Due to the suicide problem, many sweatshops have covered their factories in suicide nets because of how many people have tried to jump out their buildings.
Hi, my name is Marcos Zamora, and as you know, we are presenting on Chinese sweatshops. These two kids that are 16 and 18, named Xu Wenhuan and Xu Wenhui, are brothers. These brothers came from a dying crop village from far away of the mainland of China. Their village needed no more workers, and the Shu brothers needed jobs and money for their family. They both took a journey of over 500 miles to get to their destination. Their destination was the Chinese mainland to work and get pay. Little did they know that they were going to be absolutely abused. They were fooled into going and getting full pay and being happy with their little hours and full life. They believed that they were going to be able to help their parents and family, but they did not know that they were going to be able to barely come by on their own. They soon got to work to be paid only $110 to $150 a month and be completely overworked by their company. They worked 6 days out of the week, and the only working days that they did get off is the days the administrators came in to see the workers. This meant that the administrators were not noticing the problematic conditions, or this meant that the administrators were just not caring. Many company owners pay off the administrators just to turn the blind eye, which is incredibly bad because it can lead to horrible work conditions. The other days they had mandatory work and they have to go, or else they get tormented by their managers or management. Another story is that some students from Guangzhou volunteered to work in Hanyang in China over the summer just to get some money. They soon realized that the work system was very corrupted, and they would get little to no pay as they worked for over the maximum amount of hours, just like the Shu brothers. Later, after that summer, many of the students that worked went on strikes towards the factory due to the harsh conditions. In that horde of students, there was at least 7 12-year-old kids on protest as well because they were working over the summer as well. Many people that are working in these factories take it to heart, so they go ahead and they just commit suicide. Many of this can be easily prevented, but it just doesn't happen. There was a Canadian journalist who was working undercover in a Bangladesh sweatshop. She revealed many different heartbreaking details. While the reporter was there, the saddest things were recorded by her. A 9-year-old girl named Maim, who was teaching her own mom how to work a machine just so she could work. Maim started to work to support her family and their needs. They needed food, they needed clothes on their back, and Maim saw an opportunity to take it, so she took it. Many of these factories are very fragile and in either an old building or in a poorly built factory. In April of 2013, a building collapsed onto 1,100 workers. These workers did not deserve this. Let's please take a moment of silence for these men, women, and children that died. Thank you for that moment of silence. Now we will pass around the different tags that they produce. Yes, even if it says in America or anywhere else, it most likely means that it's made from China. According to the New York Times, Los Angeles Times, and NRP Business, conducted from different amount of authors, they all say that these are all false. They are all made from China, and truly we don't know. Well, you might be asking yourself, who makes my clothes? Where does my clothes come from? Well, no one truly knows. It all comes from one place or different places. But the only people that actually know the answer to that question is the company owners. Thank you for listening to us. You can find more information at our Twitter account at China_SS_1. Or you could contact us through our Gmail account at ChinaSweatshopsAwareness@gmail.com.